Hey there, welcome to this tutorial. Today we'll be covering how to do choices and how to add them to your game. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Right, so now that we're in Unity, we're going to go ahead and right click our canvas. We're going to right click our canvas and we're going to create an empty object. In this empty game object, we're going to add a component and call it the grid layout. Next within this grid layout, we're going to add a UI element called a button. I mean, you can add a button to it. Now, I'm going to create another one of these by going down into UI and button. And right now, let me just do something real quick. Okay, there we go. Duplicate your button. Don't do what I did. Duplicate your button. But as you can see, when I duplicate my buttons, they organize themselves to be this nice row. They are lined up nicely one under the other. Now, that's the beauty of the grid layout. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and delete a bunch of these buttons because we don't really need them. We can delete all four of them except the main one. Let's keep that. We'll just delete them. Delete them all. I'm going to duplicate this again just to show you how it looks like. So there we go. Once you duplicate them, they stack on top of each other very nicely. I'm going to change the text on the first button to call it button 1 and on the second to be button 2. There we go. Button 2. Now I'm going to go ahead and rename game object 1 to be called choice 1, the choice holder. Choice holder sounds good. Yeah, choice holder. Let's go with choice holder. Anyway, oh, sorry, I described it wrong. I had to rename the grid layout object to be choice holder. Now, going to the grid layout, I can extend the cell size, the X cell size, and the Y cell size. So the X is the length of each button in this case, and the spacing is the distance, the X distance. So in this case, there is no X distance. We have to change the Y distance. So now fiddle around with fiddle around with these elements to get them to suit your need really. So fiddle around with it a little bit and you know sort it out and sort it out to look the way you want. Now I'm gonna use 1000 by 754 for the cell size and spacing. I'm gonna use 0 and 32, 37. Yeah, you might want to change your child align to middle center because it puts everything in the middle center of your grid layout. So, 1400, 1300. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, my Y value. I think 2580. This looks fine. This looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna work with this. Now, in text mesh pro, I'm gonna go ahead and add a line that I really like. I'm gonna say Osmanthus wine is the same as I remember. Where are those who share the memory? I got Zhongli recently on Genshin Impact, and I couldn't be happier. I pulled for him on the Zhongli banner, which came along with the Ganyu banner. Anyway, fun game. Anyway, now I'm not gonna describe everything I'm doing here because you can actually fiddle around with your your UI, your buttons basically to fit what you want it to look like. So you could add, you could probably pull up another tutorial where you talk where they describe how you work with buttons and make it look the way you want. But for me, I don't need that. Now I've gone ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and rename this button. Now that I have my button the way I want it, I'm gonna call it button. Oh, actually, let's call it choice button base prefab. Oh, yeah, choice button base. That works too. And next, well, no, I think I like choice button base. This choice button. Yeah, choice button works. Let's keep that. Anyway, we're gonna go into our resources folder, and I'm gonna go ahead and create a new folder to put my stuff in. So I'm gonna call it, I don't know, UI. UI sounds good. Let's call it UI. Wait, no, let's be prefabs. Yeah, call it prefabs. Prefabs rename means like simple features to keep up with a certain kind of file structure. Anyway, in this we can put a folder called UI. So you're going to create a folder called UI, and we're going to go and drag my choice button in here. So it's going to become prefab. And that's in here. We don't really need the one in the scene, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete it.
Oh, I forgot. You're broken. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Right, let's hop into the coding portion of this tutorial. So first, I'm going to start off by saying serialize field private grid layout group choice holder, just choice holder. I'm not going to add anything else to it. Next we say private button. Let's call it choice base prefab. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Choice based prefab. It indicates that this is the choice based prefab. Now, oh wait, I did forget something. Make sure that your private variables are serialized if you want to access them from the inspector. So in this case, both choice holder and choice based prefab are serialized, so I can access them from the inspector. I'm just going to go and drag my choice holder into the inspector window thingy here, and the choice based prefab into the inspector window thingy here. I'm pretty sure there's a proper word for this. Anyone in the comments, please let me know, because sometimes I don't know the terminology. We're gonna go and scroll down and add some of this functionality, and go ahead and say else if. So this is the line before the dialogue that says, that's all, folks. So just can say underscore story script dot current choices dot count is greater than 0. So this checks if I have any choices written at that point in the not at that point in the at that specific line. So if we have choices in there, we'll say display choices. So there's more than 0 choices. So let's see display current choices. Now we're going to create a method for this, and the method we're going to call is display choices. So I'm going to go ahead and say display choices brackets and then put a semicolon. I'm going to create a method down here and call it private void display choices. Let's go ahead and put my curly brackets down there, and I create myself a really nice method. Now I'm going to go ahead and uncomment that code out there. There we go. I'm just going to probably grab this actually. I don't want that to be there. We're going to say, just hold on, there we go. And I'm just going to hop down here and create a new else. So else curly brackets, put that down there. There we go. And then we just go control V and remove the initial little bit of commenting here. And we have our dialog.text is equal to that's all, folks. So literally we're just saying, hey, if there are no choices, that's all, folks. Now, in display choice, we're going to say if choice holder dot get components in children. Get component in children. Yes, get component in children dot, it's get component in children. Let me check if there are buttons in it. So button, then put the little doodle there, brackets, dot length. Wait, no, I did make a mistake. It is get components. Yes, it was get components. Say dot length. Am I missing something? No, yes. Get component. Like, so make sure the length is greater than 0. If it is true, you return. So we're checking if you know choice holder buttons are in the yes. Make sure to comment out your code, because commenting your code is important. Now you can say for int I is equal to 0. So we're creating a for loop, and we're saying that int I starts at 0, making sure that int I for each item in your choice in your current choices. So in this case, say current choices dot, so it's, you can say for I is equal to 0 semicolon, and the condition is I being less than 0, which is storescript.currentChoice.count. And then every single time one of this is done, we go ahead and add one plus one to I. So if I starts off as 0, after running the code within these brackets, I's count goes from 0 to 1, and then 1 to 2, and it keeps on going until I is less, and until I hits the upper limit, which is the size of story script current choices count. So follow along with what's happening on screen. I'm going to go ahead and create a var choice is equal to underscore story script dot current choice I, and we're going to say var button is equal to create choice button choice dot text. Now, what is choice? We will get to that in a little bit, but for now, let's not worry about it. What we'll say is a button. So create current choice button. This is another method we're going to make. So we're going to go down here and say button create choice buttons. Wait, hold on. Let me just copy this here. That's better than typing the whole thing out. Create choice button. Then we say, bloop, put the little brackets down and then say choice, choice. And then we put the little doobly doo, the curly brackets. I just go ahead and gonna go ahead and some spaces there, and there we go. Lovely. Now we can say variable var choice button is equal to instantiate, instantiate, yeah, instantiate, and then we just say choice base prefab. So we create an instance. So we create an instance of our choice prefab. We put a semicolon there, and we're gonna go ahead and create another variable. No, wait, no, another variable. We say choice button is a choice button dot transform dot set parent. So we're gonna set the choice button parent as the, what do you call it? The choice holder. So in this little line, we're just gonna go ahead and say the moment next. So the moment choice button is created, choice button is a child of choice holder. So that's what we're gonna do. We say choice holder dot transform false. So I'm gonna assume that you're gonna do your homework and look up some of the stuff afterwards. And the most people don't. I'm gonna assume you do because what is the point of doing a tutorial when you don't know what? When you don't learn something. So what I realized is I made a bit of a little bit of a mistake. Choice choice should be changed to string choice in this method. So take a peek at that. That is line number 89 on my code. Anyway, let's say var button text is equal to choice button dot get component, and the get component children apparently. Okay, then get component children. Then you say tm. Let's say text. Yes, you say text. Then you put a semicolon. And ta-da. Next, we go ahead and say button text dot text is equal to text. No, it should be changed to choice. Yeah. No, no, I'm going to change choice to text. That sounds better. That sounds so much better. String text. I'm just going to say return and then choice. Yeah, that sounds good. No, choice button. I don't know. Should I? Yeah, let's do it. Let's call it button text. No, it's choice button. There we go. Choice button. And there we go. So now when you call create choice button, we instantiate a choice button, set the parent to, what? Set the parent as choice holder, and then change the text. And then we change the text inside choice button. Now, you go ahead and comment out my code. You can comment out the code whichever way you want. I like to comment out this way. Comment out this way. So there we go. Anyway, let me just add some more code. Change the text in the button prefab. So now, very obvious what it's about. Yes. Follow the text on screen, people. Add comments for your own sanity. Anyway, we're gonna hop into Unity and let's test it out, shall we? Now I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure everything's in order. Yeah, and let's just hop right into Unity real quick. Anyway, let's add some choices in ink, shall we? I'm sorry you can't really zoom into this though. For some reason, Inky is not doesn't let me zoom in. I don't know why, but I mean, if you have an issue with that, just hit up Inkle, I guess. And I'm just gonna go up and add basic choice. I'm gonna go to ink on the very top in the top ribbon and just say ink choice. Add a basic choice, and then I'm gonna go to choice, and I'm gonna say add a choice without printing. Now this is something that I'm probably gonna get into later. You can see anyway. Let's just add the text after selecting the choice. So you selected choice one, and I'm just gonna say you selected choice two. Full stop. I'll hop back in Unity. Oh, it's taking sweet time compiling. There we go, Unity. Okay, let's run this real quick. There we go. So here we are in a blue void, just you and me talking. Sorry, blah blah. We don't need to go through all this text. Anyway, oh, hmm. As bad as quite same as I remember. There are those who share the memory. This is not what I wanted. And since we have an issue with number line 98, wait a second, hold on, let me confirm something. No, that works fine. Hmm. Right, this is TM Pro. So, what was it? Oh, I hmm, right choice button, text component. Let me. Hmm, hmm. What could be the issue? Let me think. Wait, hold on. Pull up real quick. There we go. There we go. TMP underscore text. So we're just gonna go back down here, and in create choice button line like the line where you say button TM Pro, like uh, button text, get children text, that thing. Just say TM Pro. But here's the thing. Now that we click this, it doesn't really take us to a choice. Now this is where we add that functionality because we've taken the button and given it a word, but we haven't selected what the word does. So let's add the function. Let's add the button functionality. We can add some listeners. And well, don't worry, this tutorial is getting coming to an end, and this tutorial is not going to be as long as the other ones. I promise you that. Anyway, I'm going to go to void. I'm going to create a new method. Call it void on click. Yeah, on click button. And actually, it should be on click choice button. And then we just say choice. We have to pass the choice button, the choice. So the choice. Anyway, choice is a, if I'm correct, uh, data type from Inkit. If any, yes, I'm going to go ahead and change on click button to on click choice button. So this is our own method and it's not on click button, it's ours. So I just can say underscore story script dot what's it? Choose choice index and choice. No, it's not choice I animate. It's fine. Let me just change it real quick. Change you change the choice. Oh, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Gonna say choice. There we go. Choice or index. Now you like this. There you go. Choice or index with a simple line. There we go. Next, we have to refresh choice. So that once a choice button is selected, we want our choices on screen to disappear. So we're gonna create a new. We're gonna reference a method called refresh choice view, and then put the little brackets there and semicolon. And then afterwards they can say display next line. I'm going to go ahead and create a void refresh choice view. You can copy paste the name of the method you created earlier. I'm just going to go ahead and create the method real quick. So go ahead and do that. And I think we can say if choice holder is not equal to, so not equal to is an exclamation mark and an equal mark, null. So if choice holder is not equal to null, we're gonna go ahead and say if it's true, of course. Inside the curly brackets, we just go ahead and say if no, it's a for each. We say for each. Within brackets, we say no, not caret info. var button in choice holder dot get component in children. I think it's get components. Get components in children. Let me say button, and that should be all. Now, for each of these, we're just gonna go ahead and say put the curly brackets down and just say destroy game object. So we'll say destroy. No, no, it's not at all. Destroy within brackets game object button dot game object. So there we go. Now we need to add a simple listener to make sure that the button itself does what we want it to do. So under display choice, we're just going to say button dot add listener, on dot button dot on click dot add listener. Then we say is equal to greater than, so that forms like a little arrow equal to greater than. Then we point to the method that we created, which is on click choice button. Just put little brackets and put a thing there. Or I also need the bracket over there. So just copy what's on screen and you should be good. Also, just go ahead and crack the copy that and paste that in there. There we go. And we're going to add something in here, which is choice. So we're going to say choice here. And we are done. Right. Let's go our code once more. Should be good. And I'm just going to save my code. Right, so let's just hop in Unity and hit the play button, shall we? Now we get analytics. We're just going to skip through this, and there we have it, our choices. When I click one choice, it prints that choice and it goes through the list of dialog. It's pretty cool. Now we have two choices, right? This choice will be the only choice, blah blah, and this choice is where the text isn't printed. So when you select the first one, the choice you select shows up in your dialog, and this is because we haven't suppressed the text, whereas in the second option we suppress the text. Now if you don't suppress the text, when you select your choice, it actually does get printed. Now that's good if that's the effect you want to go with, but if it isn't, well, just suppress your text. So after you select the thing, the choice shows up in the dialog, and then it proceeds to the next one, which is selected choice 2, which is selected choice 1. Now, if you suppress the text using the square brackets by putting the two square brackets at the end and start at the end of the choice, it doesn't get printed, so you suppress that text. So let's just go ahead and click this. There we go. So it gives you selected choice 2. Now, that's really how choices work. There's nothing too big about that. So that being said, that was choices. Now, I am sorry that this video was a bit late. Stuff came up in the real world. But apart from that, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. So if you did, I would hope that you would like and comment on it. And also subscribe, because my goal for this year of 2022 is to hit 1,000 subscribers by December. Sounds reasonable enough. Anyway, I'm not gonna take too much time. I'm just gonna go ahead and cue the outro.